I'm of the opinion that there are two types of people in this world. There are the people who like the beach for the party atmosphere, and then there are the people who like the mountains for the adventurousness and the like tranquility of it all. And I feel like I've always fit more into the mountain type um, beat of that question because I've always just appreciated more of that to yourself adventurous bit. So of course, I wanted to pick a winter related thing for this project for this speech. So I picked Whistler because I heard so many good things about it. And at first, I had a really hard time, figuring out what am I going to do for an informative speech on a place I never went to, right? But pretty rapidly after starting, I found that there's a lot of good sources about this place, and I felt like that was a really good sign. Like for example, Whistler.com, WhistlerBlackcomb.com, Liftopia, and Snow Magazine, which is actually one of, if not the most like famous magazines for all of like winter related sports. Um, they had nothing but good things to say about it, and they really keyed in on the fact that Whistler has extremely competitive ski resort compared to even the best places in the world, such as Aspen, Vail, places overseas in the Alps, and it also has extremely good like nightlife and all these extra events like zip lining and skeleton racing and everything like that. And not to mention the fact that it has like this really long and interesting history, like most other Rocky Mountain ski resorts have. And so, you know, I I was able to find a lot of good stuff about this place. And to start off, to focus more on the ski resort itself. So the ski resort, it's home to 200 trails, marked anywhere from green to black. Uh, it's got like green, like the greens are for like the easy, like um, everyday skiers and snowboarders among us, and then you have the blacks for like the more experienced people. And all of this takes place within 8,100 acres, which is actually extremely large for a ski resort, like extremely large. Um, and a lot of people, a lot of famous people really key in on the ski resort itself. This one specific guy, Warren Miller, he's a really famous winter filmmaker. Um, he said essentially that if you don't come to Whistler this year, then you'll just come whenever you're 1 year older, right? And the significance behind that is that he believes that it's such a great place that there's no way if you really love winter sports that you can't come here, right? And I thought that was really interesting. And then on top of that, it also offers these helicopter rides, these backcountry helicopter rides where you can explore over 400,000 acres of like almost untouched mountainsides. And it's all like you can get it straight from the resort. So you have all that backcountry skiing opportunity that you don't really have in places like Colorado, at least not to that extent. And so I thought that was extremely interesting. Um, and then just going past the ski resort, and if we focus more on the nightlife and other extraneous activities. So, according to the Whistler Insider, which was another thing I actually looked at, um, you have all these things that were left over from the 2010 Olympic Games, such as the skeleton racetrack, which you can also do other things with that. But you can go 80 miles per hour down a hill, an icy like track, head first. Head first. That's just crazy to me. But if you want to, you can do that, and I think that's extremely cool. And even past just activities in general, the town center has all these amazing restaurants that are actually world famous. One specific one called what is it called again? It's a it's called a Roxy, and the reason why it's so famous was because in season 8 of Hell's Kitchen, it was actually the thing, like the restaurant where if the contestants won, they got to go there. And that place is consistently ranked one of the best restaurants in the entire world, and especially in Vancouver, it's typically rated the best, according to Emerald Palette, which is actually one of the more famous publishers in the entire area. So I thought that was extremely interesting. So Whistler started out as this place of as like a mining place for gold rush and also for logging, and in like 1900 I believe it was, and it wasn't until 1966 that it actually officially opened up as a ski resort. So it's old, but it's not that old in terms of its ski resort. But but since then it hosted the 2010 Olympic Games, the first Olympics I ever actually watched, and like I said, it left over all those extra things from whenever it was in the Olympics. So it, it was if it's good enough to be voted on by the Olympic Committee, it's a pretty great place, right? Um, so I just feel like Whistler in general, um, it has this absolutely world famous ski resort. It has world famous restaurants, um, a nightlife that never seems to end, uh, and its history. It's got like this very like Rocky Mountain history that I love so much. And I don't know. I just hope that for all of you watching, that you get to experience a place on vacation that's to the same, like on the same level as somewhere like Whistler. So thank you.